everyone, it's Suffer and I'm back with another video. So today we're gonna be taking a look at some more markers that were sent to me by the people at Banggood. So you might remember that I already did a review of some markers from this website. And they reached out to me again and asked if I wanted to do another review of a different product. So I figured that more markers would be great because then we can kind of compare them to each other. Yes. So this is a set of 72 markers and it is $69.99 on the website, which makes them a bit more expensive than the other ones that I reviewed. So I'm excited to find out if they're better. So here are some swatches of the colors, and I must say that I'm kind of disappointed in the color choice that was made for this set. There are a lot of greens and blues in here, and I feel like we could have used more yellows or purples or even oranges, because I don't think there are any oranges in this set. Maybe one or two. And the color representation on the camera is a lot different from what it is in real life. So I'm sorry that I couldn't really get it to show you what it actually looks like. But they are a lot more saturated in real life. So I'm also kind of sad that there aren't a lot of pastel-y colors here. But that goes for most marker sets. Another thing is that the color representation of the caps to the actual color isn't super accurate. It kind of looks like it's okay on the video, but in real life it's far more different. Okay, so here is a sketch that I did, and I am going to color it with the markers. So I was gonna just do my thing and do a portrait of a girl or whatever. But then I figured, wouldn't it be way more fun if I did like an entire scene with a cityscape or something? So that's what I'm doing, yeah. And by the way, you might have noticed that this video did not go up in time. It was supposed to go up on Friday, which is when I upload videos, yes. But I've had a very busy week this week because we had exams and it was crazy. So I recorded this video last weekend, but I never got around to doing the commentary until now. And I went to a party on Friday and I felt so bad about it. But then I told myself it's okay. It's fine. No one will kill you if you upload the video late. And then my mother and my sister came over to visit me on Saturday. So now I'm sitting here on Sunday finishing the video. I'm so sorry, you guys. I promise you that I will do my best to not let it happen again. Okay, but back to the drawing. So you might have noticed that I'm coloring everything in the same kind of color. And it's not because all of the buildings are yellow. It's because I wanted to do a thing where you kind of pick a color scheme and you stick to that, because it gives a really cool effect when you're drawing, instead of just coloring everything in the local color it would have. I felt kind of limited by the color selection of the set, so I wanted to try and do this to see if I could make something really cool, and also to just push myself to do something different. So I chose the two bestest of colors to ever exist, which are yellow and purple, because they look so nice together. I love it so much. It's because they're complementary contrasts. So yes, it is nice. So I basically just gave everything a layer of the light tone, which was yellow in this case, and then I went over it with purple in all of the areas that would be in shadow. I also the areas that would be more in shadow than other areas, I colored them in a darker kind of yellow. It's almost an orange, I guess. Just to give them more shadow than the other shadow areas. I also feel like it's a very good way to test out a set of markers to just make an illustration that takes up the entire page. I really wanted to do this because I wanted to see how well they would go down on the page and how well they would cover larger areas. And it might seem a bit streaky on the drawing, but that is on me. That's not the markers. It's because I wanted to lay down a very thin layer, which is not something that you can do well with alcohol-based markers. So it ended up looking kind of streaky, but I think the more I went over it, the better it got. Ooh, another really cool thing about these markers is that they have different caps on the different side of the markers. So they're twin nipped. What do you call this? They have 2 nips on the marker. And on the bullet nib side, they have like a oval shaped lid. But on the chisel nib side, they have a squarish shaped nib. A cap. Which is really cool because then you can see which side you need to pull off without having to to read it or look at the pictures. So I found that very, very helpful. Oh yes, that's another point, that these markers have a chisel tip and a bullet nib, or tip. They do not have a brush tip. So if you're looking for brush tip markers, these are not the ones for you. But for non-brush tip markers, these are really nice. I like the way that they lay down. They blend very nicely. And they are not they put down the color very nicely and solidly. So I do recommend these. I hear a lot of people, mostly YouTubers I guess, talk about how chisel nibs are useless in alcohol-based markers. And I kind of disagree, because I tend to use the chisel nib when I'm doing larger areas of color, like with this. It's just way faster to lay down the color, and you get a lot smoother lay of the color if you use the chisel nib. So I like chisel nibs. I don't know why people hate them so much. Okay, so now we're on to the outlining of stuff, and for this I am using my Faber-Castell Pit Artist brush pens. And if you've been with me for a while, you know that I love these pens. They're super amazing. They are not, however, marker proof or waterproof, so you have to put them on there as the last thing you do. But it's okay. I like working this way anyway. So a little trick is that when you want to make something look really soft like this, because the background kind of ended up looking very pastel-y, I figured that I would use a lighter color to outline the background so that it would stay in the background. And then I outlined the girl in a darker color, which is a very neat effect if you want something to pop more. So yes, that is good. I also used a lighter pen for details like what you see right now with the bricks, to make it a bit more subtle than the outlining of the buildings. And I do know that the perspective in this drawing is not perfect. And my teacher would die if he saw this. He would not like this at all. So here you see me adding some graffiti to the walls, which I also used the lighter colors to do, just to make it blend in a bit more. And it's like anti-witch graffiti, because this is a town that does not like witches, and the main character, of course, is a witch. So yeah, poor girl. Oh, see, I used my my gradient thing, my hack for doing the sky, and it just added the right thing to the picture, and I love using this technique. So here we go with the darker outline on the character, and you almost don't even notice it because it's kind of close to the outline of the other things, but then it just makes it pop a bit more. So it's a very effective trick to use. This also means that we're almost at the end of the video. So I just want to say that I really enjoyed using these markers, and I do recommend them. I do also recommend the ones that I tested out in the other video, so if you haven't watched that, you can go and do that. But also, I really like the way that this piece of art turned out. It's one of my favorite things that I've done in a while, so that's really nice. So that's about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and yeah, I will see you later.